Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been nearly 2 months since I've been underground. We're inside the mine. I've just ripped my waders on the way in so I can have a wet leg, and hopefully we can power through the deep water here till we get out of the deep water into more shallow where I can empty my wet leg. Hopefully it's not too bad. It's going to get horrible pretty quick. So, you can see where I've ripped my waders. If we're lucky, it might stay like this depth. See the depth of the ochre. It's nearly up to my knees. More modern mine explorer's signature, you see. I'll keep out for these nice smooth areas. All mine with engraving. Bit of rail there. If I miss the carving and you see something, there's a timestamp to let us know in the comment section. Look back at the portal. See how acidic it is, maybe ochre on the sides. And look, it goes as far as the eye can see in a straight line. and still, as far as the eye can see. Back to the water. And then we go. We find somewhere reasonably clean to have a brew. Which is quite impossible in this mine. Oh look, can you see it? There's an hour. I've been probably the third time over the years of mine exploring, and that's the first time I've seen it. So that shows you that you see something new every time you go into a mine. That's fucking awesome. How has this section changed since I'm doing it? Look at the mineralization. This is just the beginning. Look at that ceiling. Look at the colours. So we have been trying to watch the ice stuff. Crystallization of shiny. Look at that. Now the fact isn't mine goo or mine snot. That's mine snot and a half, that is. Yeah, it is very snotty. And we get up here about 4 inch. Mine snot. Wow. Usually you see them dripping down from the ceiling. Now this is proper, like over there. This is something else. Never been up there actually, but it's not our way forward today. Our way forward. Trying to get through here. With the bag, the gear, the harness, the rope. not very graceful tool. I think I'll have to take my back off my shoulders. Forgotten you. I couldn't reach you. Readjust myself. You'll see when you get covered in orange ochre. Sorry, like I was saying, you will see me get covered in ochre as we progress through. But hopefully I can keep on top of the cleaning the lens of the camera, and you can keep on seeing. This might be a good place as any stop for a brew, because it's not going to get any better anywhere else. The thing is not to to not touch as much stuff as you can, because you will end up that colour. And there's the hole I did today, and I only just repaired the waders, so I'm going to have to repair that now. They basically served me well, because I've probably had 2 years out of them. And they're vase 650 if I remember rightly, and they've been to countless mines, countless. And I've ripped them here and there, I've patched them, and they're still going. So maybe Christmas time I might actually manage to invest a new pair as a Christmas present to myself. There, we'll have a brew, try not get covered in ochre, and then we'll be back and we'll continue the explore. We've had the quick brew in the cleanest part of the mine. This is the way we came in, and let's head deeper into the mine. I'm probably covered in ochre already. Let's head in deeper. Try my best not to touch any ochre. And now the colours start to change drastically. The mineralisation from the, I think it's marcasite. I'm not a geologist. No, the minerals oxidizing with the air and the water, which will create these epic formations you will see shortly. Cool. Try my best not to trip over, but the ochre is so thick and slippery. Yeah, colours above our head. You can hear the water cascading down the manway and the old chute. And that is still there from 2024, which I think was the last time I was there. Now we're 23. Here would have been a horseshoe, I believe. You can see if all this crop has fallen, that will be an horseshoe. The cart will have come in here underneath it and they will have sucked off from the higher level. And above my head is a launder, basically a drain or channel that the miners would have diverted the water from where they were working. And it's probably still working to this day. Can't we get up there without you getting soaking there? Hopefully you can see us walking up. I feel so wet. Taking my bag off the street in the hole. The upper manway, and the old chute will be that side. The water cascading down the old chute. And I look up the manway to the top. Off down to the bottom. Let's try and get above these drifts. A little bit of water coming down here today. There's the slipway. That's all. There's the air will come down. And got to be extremely careful here, because the ladders are rotting away, because There's a very acidic mine. You see it to my left here, the loan there. So that would have channeled the water from the very top all the way down to the bottom, away from the miners. See the side of the ore chute there. And it won't be long till you won't be able to walk up here. The ladders have disintegrated. To the point of no return. Put it down there for a second. I'm going to make sure I grab onto something decent. Look where it came from. Yes, the ladders get worse as you come up higher. And even the side of the ore chute is starting to go. You can actually see remains of dynamite boxes that the miners used wherever they could find to patch up or seal the ore chute. Don't know if it will be too wet to reach the very top. We'll assess it when we go up. Or even if the rope is safe enough. See the rope going down there. Eventually these ladders will rot away or get hidden by the ochre. See the road is still here. I'm going to go from the very top to the bottom. I'm seeing the ochre is rotting and sealing everything up. And this is at the point where you will need a rope. And this rope is well covered in ochre. The height are well evaluated now. I'll go up shortly before I ladder disappears and evaluate as we go up the vest. They are nearly to the top. So this is the point where you will go on my helmet mount now, and I will switch to my SRT gear. So I'll be back with you shortly. Check that out before going up. Let's go a bit further so we can get up on the platform. Just make this right. They're now clicked in. That's what you'll see from now on. It'll be wet up here. We will put our ascender on now in a second. Very loud in here now. Squeeze through this hole. Without taking the bag off our back. In fact, I'm going to take it off now. Someone dropped the anchor here. Very wet. Right, there's a rope up here. The west one. Connected now. It got transferred from here. The rope is gone. The ladder gone, sorry. So slippery here. This needs to be changed. 100%. It's actually deadly. Be careful. We'll have a brew from the dryers. Have a brew. So we had a brew break in this top out. You hear the water cascading in the background. Well, look at this. Here's a stunning example of a wooden ochre, an early ochre. Only two I've seen in Wales. Stunning detail to it. You see the hinges there where they're tipped out the back. And then obviously it's been squashed. You can see massive rock underneath there and the cracks above it. So it's very rare, and maybe one day it will be squashed into the. And not only that, the access will not be here for longer because of that ladder is not fit for holding that rope. Gotta be so careful with places. There could be levels up there, which is more unlikely, but it's not worth the risk going up where you can see. This is only stuck there by the ochre. This could all come down and block the exit. So it's not worth the risk. But you can see the size of the stope. And then have a look at the ochre. Now I'm looking at my battery, and I'll change the battery before long, so give me a second and I'll be back to check this out. Maybe for the last time, probably the last time. Let's go and continue exploring this. Oh, I guess not falling. That's where we came from. And we're not going to go down that way today. We don't want to disturb any material because that is our exit. Well, that is our exit, but so I still don't want to disturb anyone. Gas monitor is reading 20.9, so we're good on oxygen at the moment. Doesn't mean we're getting complacent. And there's the other side of the collapse. These formations. Quartz there. Very little quartz. Good. The formations are mental. And more of the mine snot. Keep an eye out for them. Create too much bubbles. That's a bad sign if it happens. Information. Yeah, it's crazy in here. Look at them. Look at the colours. Little hole. I'm going to leave my bag here because I don't need the bag up here. Bear with me for a second. Sort my lights out, try to anyway, because what I can describe this as like rusticles. Look at them. There's something else in here. We try and get the lighting as good as we can get it. And we've been in there recently, you can see fresh footprints. Great. It's like rust hanging off the ceiling. Come on. Brittle there. Crazy. Look at that. It's mental. Crazy stuff. And it's just like rusticles that hang in. That's one other way I can describe it. You can still see the miner's pick marks on the side here. Very acidic, and you can see by the colours. Mental. Oxygen still okay. This is coming down there. Where you came in. Have a look at these rusticles, so I can describe them. Formations are crazy in here. Have a look. It's like like an alien world. Can you see the roof have they had it? Oh. Wow. That is crazy. Really crazy stuff. Look at it. Wow. No. Fortunately, people being here have knocked them over. Sometimes it's inevitable. That actually looks like rust. Let me try and point my camera there. They actually look like layers of rust. I splash you now. Look at it. Look at the rust. Wow, that is out of this world. So easy to do. Mental. You can seriously think that you're in another world. That is crazy. And just like that, the rock changes. Bit of a rail there, but what is spectacular. Oh, my head. Here's a bar left by the miners. That is something special. No, you don't see that very often at all. No, to be touching a bar that the miners will use to work here. That is mental. So this is the end of this one. See the formations coming through. We'll see more of that down at the lower level shortly. There's some epic formations. So I will see you back at the top of where we came up from the ladder, or what's left of a ladder. So we'll see you there. We've got to be extra careful on the way down. Now we know the state of that ladder. You've got to be light as a feather and climb as much as we can. We don't put the full weight on the rope. Should be alright. Try and get that bag on. I'll get back there though if I squeeze past. Try not to touch anything that work. The rope is extremely stiff. Ochre on it. Safely say now that you come off the rope. I'm happy now. So I've got to be careful. We're out of the danger zone. See how stiff the rope is. That's really a no-go now until some seriously decent anchor points be put in place. If I won't be going left there again. And I suggest anybody who knows what mine I'm in to do the same as well. Because that last ladder at the top holding it well is rotten to the point that it's going to break any second. I have to get in touch with a few people, give them a heads up. I'll squeeze through this. Yes, I'll take my bag off. So I'm going to put my feet to the sides and not the middle. Don't do what you see us doing with videos, please. This is extremely dangerous. So we're going down there. We'll shoot the bottom. Another garlic for the last few steps and missing. You can even see the cut marks. The miners would have spliced them together. Probably would have made them where originally look perfectly carved there, and they would have slid this top one down into it and it would have locked in itself. Part of a dynamite box, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Right, remember, have a good hold, Gareth, because this ladder is rotten underneath my feet. This is gone beyond saving. This is no more. Make sure you've got decent handhold as well as a foothold. Stuff still pouring here. And the force of the water as well. It's special to see these before they're totally gone. It's where most of them have gone, but still this is surviving. And you can see why they would have had these here. Too narrow for a bag. You know how well we've seen anything in, because obviously it's strictly wet for me. So we're back down from the manways. Very dangerous now. especially with that ladder holding us up, this is totally rotten. So we need to warn people that go down safely, and we live another day and be able to warn others about it. Where we came from. Let's go deeper in the mine this way. Explore a few adits up here. My lighting out. And timbers here. And you can see around the mine wild timbers here. Because it's the ground is so soft. And this was obviously a section that they were having problems with. Still surviving. Quite a few footprints in here. Have a look at the timbers. Not much above it, but still enough weight. Back into the deep ochre we go. I'll come back and check that one. Oh no, we'll go now actually. While we're here, the right one, go back in. The right one. This ochre is almost hard work to walk through. And to keep everything, well, you can't keep everything clean. Try. It's mental. Fucking mental, pardon my language. Colours, the shapes, it's like being in another world, like I said, in the level I was above us. It's like being in another world. And these are, I hope it comes out in the camera, but seeing them in real life is spectacular. Motor still going yet. 20.9. So good. So we walking stuff. Colours. Colours are unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's absolutely stunning. The end of this adit. I'm going to go back to the end. See these gold rules, I think they're called. Because I'm no geologist. We'll see you back at the start of this adit where we can continue exploring. We've just been down here. That's the way we came in. That's the way deeper in the mine. We're going to check this one out. You can see the levels of what used to be at different periods of time. Can't see any miners markings and carvings. Keepers trying to fall there till I disturb the dirty water. Some minerals come through there. So I walk slowly to the keepers. Place formations. So low it's hard to point the lights in the right direction, point the camera in the right direction to show you. And look where we're going. I think we come to the end of this one. Yeah. Can't see any article. At least we say we reached the end. Check for any miners' markings or carvings. Can't see anything. So we'll see you back at Junction again, and we'll go deeper into the mine. Just check that one out there. And let's head deeper into the mine again. Those trip houses getting first timbers or rock. C9, C24. My very first trip here in 2022. And the rock has changed again in the mine. Only slightly, but it was. Get out. It's a little quiet going here. Not so much in artifacts. Or tallow candles. Or even the main after them. So much ochre on this mine. Will be covered in no time. Over the years. Can't tell if that's modern mine explorers or miner. I don't have to go straight ahead. can see the burn mark from a candle there. Fresh rock fall there. Timber work here. I'm having lighting problems there. It ends over there, you can see the end, so I don't need to walk to the end of it. Goes that way as well, it was, or it's closed now. Well, we don't need to go down this one. Oh. Where the water's coming from. Yeah, I used my head torch a few weeks back on the above ground explore, and I didn't get a chance to refit it to my helmet properly. I didn't fit it properly, more like it normally is, so it keeps on moving. Very soft ground here, the pack wall. So what we saw earlier on would have come through here. They've locked it off. Like this is where the bulk of the water comes from. Last time we came here, we went up a rope down this way. Don't know what the state of the place is now since, because this place changes now yearly because of the ochre here. Kind of a stratification of the rock here, weaving up and down, bending. That's all I know about geology. So they would have had timbers going across there, because you can see where the miners chisel cut them out. The hole there, Gareth. Chamber here. Oh, they've cleaned out. Light it up a bit better here. All the mineralisation marker site we found right here, down here. The formations are spectacular. These are so beautiful. It's like artwork. Stunning. Oh, and we are very close to the rip of my waders. So we're not going to actually go up there today, just because of the rip of my waders there, and let me turn around. I've managed to keep myself relatively dry so far. I've done a couple hours in here now, so unless I find something else,